Hi everyone and welcome to Wes Explains Best. We are doing a Khan Academy on reflecting points in the coordinate plane. This is a good one, helps us understand what is a reflection, how we do compound reflections. Let's go ahead and get started. Drag the dot to plot the reflection of A across the x-axis. Okay, now first thing we should probably identify is where is the x-axis? Boom, right here. Okay, so if we're going to reflect over the x-axis, how do we do that? Well, reflections are when we have a line of reflection. Okay, there's our line, it's like our mirror. And then what we're doing is we have a mirror image on either side of that line. So if A is here, we need to count the distance where that point is and do the same distance on the other side so it's a mirror image on both sides of that line. Okay, so we count to the line of reflection here, 2 units, and then we count the same distance on the other side and make a point. Now, one of the properties is it has to be a 90-degree angle. So if our line is horizontal, our vertical line, our line of reflection is horizontal, a perpendicular line would then be vertical, okay? And vice versa. So if we have a vertical line of reflection, counting across it on a horizontal angle would make it 90 degrees, okay? So with that in mind, let's go ahead and identify where our line is going to be, or where this point A is going to be. We're going to count down to the line of reflection, 2 units, and then we're going to count 2 more units to get to our new spot where A is reflected, and that is there, the point -1, -2. So right 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and that's where it's going to be. Next question. The point A has coordinates 6, 0. What point do we get when we reflect A across the y-axis and then the x-axis? So this is a compound reflection, okay? The first thing we have to do is reflect it across the y-axis and then the x-axis. Okay, let's identify where our y-axis is. Y-axis is now here. Okay, this is the first one we're going to do. There's our y-axis, and then our x-axis is here. We're going to do that one second. Let's do the first one first. So A is here. We need to reflect it over the y-axis first. So we need to count horizontally, 90-degree angle. Okay, if it's a vertical line of reflection, we count horizontally. And then that's 6 units, and we're going to count over on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I got 6 to the line and then 6 on the other side of the line. Now, it's asking to flip it over the x-axis. Well, guess what? It's right on the x-axis, so what does that mean? That means an mirror image of itself is going to stay right where it is. So it's not going to go anywhere. Anytime you have a line, or excuse me, a point right on the line of reflection, and you want to reflect it over the line, well, it just stays on the line. If it's already on the line, then it doesn't move if you reflect it. So point C is going to be the compound reflection over the y-axis first, and then the x-axis is going to be C. Next question. The point B is a reflection of point A across which axis? All right, so A and B are the ones in question. Now, how do we figure out which line is it across? Well, we can kind of do this intuitively. If it's over the y-axis, okay, we would need to count towards that axis. Okay, so towards that axis. 1, 2, 3, and then it'd be 1, 2, 3 over here. It's clearly not over the y-axis. Whereas we look at the x-axis, we can see we're counting down to the x-axis and then across to get to B. So it's obviously the x-axis. Another way to think of it is if we look at A and B, all right, since it's the same distance for lines of reflection, we can just find the midpoint between A and B, and it has to be a point on our line of reflection. So this is the point 3, 4. This is the point 3, -4. So what we could do here is we could find the midpoint between those two, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We call this one x1, y1. We're just finding the midpoint between these two. We've done midpoint before. If you need a refresher, I have videos on that. But we're adding these two together, so we get 3 plus 3 over 2, and then we get 4 plus a -4 over 2. And that's going to be our new point. That would be 6 over 2, 0 over 2. 3, 0 would be our point. That's on the line of reflection. So now we know this point is on our line of reflection, so our Our line of reflection is y equals 0, which is the x-axis. Here's our answer. Drag the dot to plot the reflection of A across the y-axis. Okay, so now we need to count over to the y-axis. Our y-axis is here, so we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across to the other side, and that is where our reflection is going to be at 6, 0. So here we started at negative 6, 0, and then it went to 6, 0 for the reflection. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. Oh, that's not 0. Sorry, that's 3. Don't want to mislead you. And then we're going to call it good. That's it. That's 100%. 100% too. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to check out other videos on geometry on this channel, and I'll see you then.